Government officials lay wreath to climax 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day as Vice President Shettima represents President Tinubu.
In terms of productivity and service delivery throughout the country.
Katsina State Government launches 21 billion naira payments of gratuities. Kano State Police Command foils explosive and drug trafficking attempts, arrests suspect. Nigeria's headline inflation slows to 15.15%, indicating a moderation in price pressures. Now details. It was a sight to behold at the National Arcade, Abuja, as Vice President Kashim Shettima represents President Tinubu to mark the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that the file passed and the laying of wreath by top government officials was the climax.
Vice President Kashim Shettima arrived at the National Arcade to honor the legacy of the fallen heroes who paid the ultimate sacrifice to ensure peace and security, then celebrating the living legends.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here live at the National Arcade for the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day Parade.
Prayers were offered for the repose of the souls of the deceased and for continued peace and security to prevail in the country.
Heavenly Father, we commit the President and all leaders of our nation, both civil and military, into your hands. Grant them wisdom, courage, and integrity to lead with justice, compassion, and accountability.
Implore you, Allah, to make paradise to be their last abode and to continue to care for their family members, being their absolute guide into the right way.
Oh God, heal Nigeria. Heal our anger with understanding. Heal our divisions with one patriotic love.
Laying of wreath led by Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President and Deputy Speaker House of Representatives, Chief Justice of the Federation, Ministers, Chief of Defense Staff and Service Chiefs, and the Inspector General of Police, among others. Firing of 3 volleys by the firing party and release of pigeons marked the end of the Remembrance Day, rounding the event off with national salutes. Though brief, less than an hour, but the memories will last long. From the National Arcade in Abuja, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
Many thanks, Abdurrahman. In the same vein, Akwa Ibom State Governor Umueno at the wreath-laying ceremony to mark the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day in Uyo says government will be providing 150 shops for widows of the fallen heroes. Clement Barikwe has more.
It is a yearly recognition of sacrifices of the men and women who laid down their lives for peace of Nigeria, and the 2026 celebration is coming at a time when the Nigerian armed forces are recording breakthroughs in the fight against banditry. Governor Umueno calls for interreligious tolerance in the country, insisting that Nigerians should show respect to the nation's servicemen, as this will encourage them to do more. He announced support to members of the Nigerian Legion and wives of the fallen heroes, including 100 lock-up shops for the military and 50 for the police and the paramilitary, which comes with business grants.
Let me thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for the decisive manner he is tackling the issues of security challenges in the country. We are all witnesses to the improvements in security all over the nation. And for this, we'll continue to thank our gallant men and officers of the armed forces, and of course other service units, for heeding to the call of the President to go after the terrorists wherever they may be hiding.
The symbolic laying of wreaths at the tomb of the unknown soldiers, 21-gun salutes and release of pigeons were major ways the fallen heroes were honored at the ceremony. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Wives of deceased officers and soldiers in Ebonyi State have appealed for assistance in improving their welfare and that of their children through employment and free education. Ijeoma Peter Nwate reports that the appeal came during the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day in Ebonyi State.
It was all tales of pains and sorrow from widows of fallen heroes in Ebonyi State at the cenotaph during the wreath laying. The solemn moment provided an opportunity to appreciate the fallen heroes in a colorful ceremony attended by the Ebonyi State Governor, Chief Francis Ogbonnawifuru, the Commander, Nkwagu Military Cantonment, Abakaliki, Lieutenant Colonel Ikenna Chielu, as well as other senior officers and dignitaries from the states. Some of the widows of the fallen heroes in Ebonyi State, who could not hold back tears at the solemn event, commended the government and Nigerian Army for their efforts in accommodating them and appealed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to create more job opportunities for wives of slain soldiers, as well as scholarship for their children.
If I can't be employed, I want financial support to be established. Business can do. We'll be grateful. It's not just me. There are other widows in the barracks who is going through same.
If God will help them extend to our children, we will appreciate it the more, so that the body will be lessened.
There are other packages that come up, things like vocational training, special welfare programs that the Chief of Army Staff and, from time to time organizes for them. So there's a lot of packages, and we're hopeful that this year more of those packages will also come to this barracks. So they should be hopeful, and when those things come on board, we'll communicate to them and they'll benefit from it.
The widows, the children, it is also my prayers that God will strengthen them, give them the means to continue to survive, to train the children left behind.
They should be consoled and they should live a good life. God will never forget them.
And to those that are still serving, they will serve with diligence. They will be remembered for their services and they will not die prematurely.
The symbolic laying of wreath, release of pigeons, and 21-gun salutes were sights that rose the emotions of all present. In Abakaliki, Ijeoma Peter Nwate, NTA News.
And in the same vein, the Adamawa State government has expressed commitment to supporting veterans and families of fallen heroes because of the sacrifices made to keep Nigeria one. The governor stated this during the wreath-laying ceremony to mark the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. Royanu Bala has more.
The Armed Forces Remembrance Day is to remember and appreciate the veterans and families of the fallen heroes for the sacrifices made to maintain unity and peace of the nation. Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintri of Adamawa State, represented by the Deputy Governor, Professor Kaleta Fajot Farauta at the ceremony, led the service commanders and other dignitaries in paying respect to the fallen heroes. She reiterated the state government's commitment to always ensure the welfare and well-being of the families of the fallen heroes through its various programs.
We also want to commend them for ensuring that at the times of challenges in Nigeria, they are the ones we usually look up to. Once we call on them, they are usually there to ensure that peace is restored at every region in Nigeria.
In Yola, Rayanu Bala, NTA News.
And Governor Hope Uzodinma has assured that the sacrifices of armed forces in Imo State, especially those who lost their lives in the line of duty, will never go unrewarded by the state government. Beatrice Hanyam reports that the governor's promise came during the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day, held at Rear Admiral Ndubisi Kanu Square in Owerri.
The 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration in Imo State afforded Governor Hope Uzodinma the opportunity to appreciate once again the supreme prize paid by the members of the Nigerian Armed Forces and also the contribution of those currently engaged in the fight against insecurity in the country, while commending the founding fathers of the country who set apart 15th January every year to honor both the living and the fallen heroes, and President Tinubu for his decisive action to grant the security forces the leverage to combat criminal elements in the country. The governor noted that he is the only governor who shares Anniversary Day with the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, which points to the fact that the primary purpose of his administration is the safety of all Imo people.
Beyond our policy support, we hold the welfare of the families of our fallen heroes as a sacred priority. We must ensure that the sacrifice of those who died combating insecurity in Imo State is met with tangible compassion. To this end, I am providing another tranche of support this time for the families of our foreign servicemen and women who lost their lives in the course of securing our state in the last few years.
The governor presented the cash gift of 600 million naira to the families of the fallen heroes and the injured ones. High points of the event were the laying of wreaths by the governor, his deputy, and other stakeholders, as well as cutting of the celebration cake, after which he performed the symbolic release of the pigeons. In Owerri, Beatrice Anyam, NTA News.
More from the Armed Forces Celebrations and Remembrance Day has moved to Yobe. The day was marked, signifying improved peace and security across the state. Governor Mai Mala Buni at the event saluted officers and men of the Nigerian Armed Forces for their gallantry in keeping the state and the country safe. Yunusa Suleiman has more.
It began with the launching of an emblem appeal week, where millions of naira were donated to cater for the welfare of families of fallen heroes and improve the living conditions of war veterans in Yobe State. Therefore, the Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day is a cherished occasion to honor the gallantry and sacrifices of soldiers who fought the world wars, the Nigerian Civil War, and participated in various UN and ECOWAS peacekeeping operations. The day is also a reminder of the enormous contributions made by the gallant Nigerian soldiers in the fight against security challenges, including the Boko Haram insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, and other forms of criminality bedeviling the country.
We are doing our best on our part as government to support the military and all other security agencies and to encourage the general public to collaborate, to share information, synergize, because this requires collective effort. It is not all about the security agencies alone. It is about community and everybody, because security is everybody's business.
Prayers were offered for the repose of the souls of the fallen heroes. In the Matru, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We'll be back with more on the Armed Forces Remembrance and Celebrations Day after this break. Do stay with us.
Seasoned greetings from all of us at Erisco Foods. The festivities are already in the air. I would like to especially thank you for your continued patronage of Erisco Foods, the only tomato brand to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the federal government of Nigeria. With our proud Nigerian products and services, we have continued to create thousands of jobs for our people and for the growth of our economy. Thank you, our esteemed customers, distributors, and partners. Yes, the taste of Nigeria is the taste of celebration and the taste of goodwill and good cooking. We care for your good health and long life. So cook right and eat healthy to live longer. Always buy Erisco products. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to...
The only tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the federal government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use Erisco tomato paste and products. 100% natural. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Thank you for staying tuned. In Osun State, Governor Ademola Adeleke commended officers and men of the Nigerian Armed Forces for their courage and professionalism in checking the spread of insecurity across the country. Femi Aforiogun reports on the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day held in Osogbo.
The solemn 21-gun salute marked the high point of the ceremony, honoring the memories of fallen soldiers who paid the supreme price in defense of Nigeria's sovereignty. Governor Ademola Adeleke, alongside top government officials and heads of security agencies, laid wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier in tribute to the nation's fallen heroes.
It is a day to reflect on the value of patriotism, loyalty, and sacrifice that our armed forces embody. I assure you that we remain committed to supporting our veterans.
We need government to start assisting us every month to maintain our office.
The event climaxed with special prayers offered for the repose of the souls of the fallen soldiers, the well-being of their widows, and lasting peace and security in Nigeria. In Osogbo, Femi Aforiogun, NTA News.
From Osogbo, move to Anambra State, still talking about the celebrations, where Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has commended President Bola Tinubu for the strategies he deployed in tackling insecurity in the country. The governor was speaking at the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day held in Awka, the state capital. Ndem Kalu completes the report.
15th January every year is a special day set aside for sober reflections on the significance of the armed forces to Nigeria. It is a day to celebrate the dead and the living among them and to drum up support for the ex-servicemen and women for laying down their lives to preserve the unity of the nation. Speaking after the inspection of the parade and wreath laying, Governor Soludo noted that President Tinubu has been proactive in tackling insecurity in the country. He promised to continue to provide all necessary support to keep the state safe and also to continue to better the lot of families of fallen heroes.
With a new vigor that we have seen, the collaboration that we are seeing not just within and among the members of the armed forces, but also even collaboration with some external agencies. We are confident as Nigerians that this terror will finally be dealt with and decisively conquered. So, Mr. President, we say kudos to the great work and keep on doing the great job.
Chairman, Nigerian Legion, Major Amog Bennett, commended the improvement in their welfare, urging both the federal and state government to do more for the welfare of ex-servicemen in the country.
I can say without missing no words that there have been a little bit of improvement, at least by what we witnessed during the launch of the emblem, Happy Week, sometime in December. And we are asking that this time, next time, it should be better. We can only ask for more.
Highlights include the wreath laying at the feet of the non-soldier, gun salute, and symbolic release of the pigeons. The ceremony was attended by heads of security agencies in the state, among others. Inoka Ndemkalo, NTN News.
And in Kogi State, the celebrations was held with promises of more support to families of fallen heroes. Ayodele Ebigbemi reports that the event was held at the World War I and II cenotaph in Lokoja.
They gave their lives so that Nigerians will have peace in the land. In Lokoja, Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo, represented by the Deputy Governor, expresses his administration's commitment to supporting the military and the families of the fallen heroes. The governor, while paying his respects to the fallen soldiers, acknowledges their bravery and selflessness.
No speech can replace a loved one. But please know this, your sacrifice is not forgotten. The people and government of Kogi State stand with you, honor you, and remain committed to supporting you.
Blessing note that she, like many other wives of the fallen heroes, the hearts of the soldiers, their spirit and soul are everything for the families they left behind.
Honestly, the armed forces have been trying. They always bring their supports to us. Once they need our attention or we take our cry to them, they always attend to us.
Thank federal government that open up for the widows in the armed forces now so that they can enjoy the medical facility free till their death.
The event in Nigeria, marked on January 15 as Armed Forces Remembrance Day, has recently been renamed as Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. In Lokoja, Ayodele Ebigbemi, NTN News.
Now, the echoes of silence spoke louder than words as Bayelsa State joined the rest of the country to honor fallen heroes at the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. Bayelsa State Governor Doyin Diri used the occasion to renew the call for concrete support for Nigeria's armed forces, urging corporate organizations and well-meaning individuals to partner in improving the welfare of those who defend the nation. Timini Pre Ohia reports.
At the Peace Park in Yenogwa, time seemed to stand still. Wreaths were laid, heads bowed, and emotions stirred in memory of men and women who stood between the nation and danger. Governor of Bayelsa State, Doye Diri, described the armed forces as the bedrock of Nigerian security and unity. He reminded Nigerians that behind every uniform is a story of sacrifice, and behind every medal, a family that paid a price. He therefore called on corporate organizations and private individuals to support the armed forces through partnerships and contributions that would improve their conditions of service. The governor also commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his capacity as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and the Military High Command for their continued efforts at improving the welfare of soldiers.
In return for their gallant service is to desist from undue and unconstructive criticisms. Instead, they merit our unstinting praise and commendation for their selfless due and devotion to duty. Let this day be a renewed act of solidarity.
Governor Diri reaffirmed his administration's commitment to the armed forces, citing the recent completion and handover of residential accommodation to the 16th Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Elebele, Yenogwa, as a clear demonstration of that resolve. The solemn ceremony reached its peak with the laying of wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldiers by Governor Doye Diri, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, the Chief George, service commanders, and the representative of widows of fallen heroes. Timinapri, Ohia, NTA News.
We now move away from the Armed Forces celebrations and Remembrance Day to other matters. That will be after this break. And this is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We'll be right back.
Let's have credible elections at the local government so that these credible people can manage the funds of local government properly. There are a lot of respected traditional rulers in the state who can say, look, enough of this thing. Mr. Governor, welcome. Thank you for coming. When you win, what will you do? First, I want to mobilize women within the local government to form the National Council of Women Society by creating awareness in women that they must serve, they must be part of what is happening within their community. If you stop expenditure on infrastructure, how do you now attract investments? The state governors, the presidency, that the federal government and the local government are all waiting for revenue from crude oil. Everything has something peculiar. So the emphasis now, if your local government has something peculiar to that particular local government, the emphasis should be keep producing that particular product. You need to do three things. Prevent the ability of the terrorist groups to generate funding, their ability to recruit, and then their ability to access weapons. Actually, like this way, right? I sit in the front row in the church. If I'm going to Muslim and call the people are passing in God's own house. What am I doing? I'm mentoring a new generation. Those things that the only way to be taken seriously is to begin to have a lot of money. Nigeria, live every weekday between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the network service of the NTA.
This is NTA News 24.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Katsina State government has flagged off the disbursement of 21 billion naira gratuity to retired and deceased employees of the state and local government workers in the state. At the launch of the payment held in Katsina, Governor Diko Umaru Rada assures civil servants no retired worker leaves service with unfulfilled entitlements. Awal Haliru has more.
The last payment of the accrued gratuity liability of life and death benefits for the state and local governments from 2019 up to October 2025 is one of the achievements. Governor Rada assured prompt payment of entitlements urged recipients to utilize the funds for productive ventures. He mentioned several policies introduced to reposition the public service for better service delivery.
Digitalization of civil service, human resource transformation, performance management improvement, staff welfare, innovation and cultural change initiatives
Today, a civil servant in the state is among the best in terms of productivity and service delivery throughout the country.
Representatives of the State Council of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, and Nigeria Union of Pensioners noted that the payment indicated the government's dedication to improving the welfare of public servants and their families.
Payment of these benefits not only put a smile on the faces of the beneficiaries, it also stimulates the economy of the state and therefore promotes the financial health of the citizens of Kaduna State.
I'm Awal Handari, NTA News.
In line with the directives of Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun on improved intelligence gathering mechanisms, the Kano State Police Command has made a significant breakthrough in crime prevention, management and control. A statement by the command's public relations officer, CSP Abdullahi Haruna Kiawa, says that in 2 separate operations, police officers attached to Rijiyar Lemo Police Division and Anti-Daba Unit intercepted suspected explosive materials and illicit drugs. The statement explains that police officers attached to Rijiyar Lemo Police Division, on the direction of the Commissioner of Police, executed a search warrant at a residence in Tudumbojuwa Quarters, Fege local government area, where 2 big sacks containing suspected incriminating materials were discovered. When a team of experts from the command's explosive ordnance disposal, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear conducted recognition and identification of the suspected material, it was discovered that one of the sacks contained 6 rolls of detonating codes. The other sack contained 20 parcels of dried leaves suspected to be cannabis sativa and 220 sachets of suspected Exol tablets. In the second operation, a team of police officers attached to Anti-Daba units of the command, while on intelligence-led surveillance patrol, intercepted a tricycle rider at Sani Mainagi Quarters, Gwale local government area, with 3 bags containing suspected heavy materials. A team of experts from the command's EOD CBRN conducted recognition and identification of the suspected materials, where electric detonators numbering 3,700 pieces were discovered. The statement adds that the commercial tricycle rider led to the arrest of a suspect identified as Ibrahim Garba, aka Manyam Baki, aged 49 years, of Zamfara State, and confessed to facilitating the movement of materials from Nasarawa State en route to other places. The Commissioner of Police, CP Ibrahim Adamu Bakori, commended the officers involved in the operations and urged the public to remain vigilant and continue to report any suspicious movement, items, or of activities to the nearest police station. The Sokoto state government has clarified a viral video circulating on sections of the social media alleging that individuals seen in the footage were residents of Tidabeli village chased away by bandits. A statement by the Director General Media and Publicity, Government House, Sokoto, Abubakar Bawa, clarifies that the individuals in the video are indeed residents of Tidabeli village in Isa local government area, but were not chased away by bandits. Rather, they were temporarily conveyed to the Isa local government headquarters by council authorities following a rumor that bandits were planning an attack on the community. Consequently, the chairman, Isa local government area, Sharifu, directed that the villagers be temporarily relocated to the local government headquarters as precautionary measure. The affected residents have since returned safely to their ancestral homes, while security agencies have intensified patrols in the area to forestall any possible breach of peace by criminal elements. The Sokoto state government warns against the politicization of security issues and urges citizens to cooperate fully with government and security agencies in the fight against banditry including exposing informants living within their communities. Furthermore, members of the public are strongly advised to desist from spreading rumors, particularly on security-related matters, due to their sensitive nature and the panic they often generate. Nigeria's headline inflation slowed to 15.15% in December 2025. The figure released by the National Bureau of Statistics highlights that this shows moderation in price pressures driven largely by a decline in food prices. Muplang Dakok has more.
Monthly inflation report by the National Bureau of Statistics shows that inflation slowed down in December 2025 to 15.15%. On a month-on-month basis, headline inflation slowed to 0.54%, down sharply from 1.22% recorded in November. The NBS data also shows that food inflation eased to 10.84% year-on-year, while prices declined by 0.36% month-on-month. The Bureau attributed the drop to lower average prices of staples such as tomatoes, garri, eggs, potatoes, millet, vegetables, beans, wheat grain, and onions.
The National Youth Service Corps is engaging relevant government agencies and experts to develop actionable recommendations to strengthen effectiveness of the scheme. Ndeyang and Deyabagyang reports on this year's NYSC Management Conference at Jos, led by the Director General, Brigadier General Olakunle Oluseyi Nafiu, with the theme Catalyst for National Development, tackling present challenges and charting sustainable solutions.
The forum is a strategic platform for the National Youth Service Corps to examine its existing operations, assess performance, and improve service delivery across all areas of the scheme. The Director General of the Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Oluseyi Nafiu, says the conference will provide a platform to align the scheme's operations with current realities towards enhancing efficiency and service delivery.
The theme of this year's conference was intentionally selected. It reflects a sober evaluation of both the maturity of the scheme and the demands of our current national situation.
Governor Keller Mutfwang, represented, says the scheme has continued to make tangible impact in education, healthcare, rural development, and job creation for corps members through its skills acquisition programs.
In recognition to the strategic role of the NYSC plays in our collective drive towards unity and socio-economic development, I personally visited the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp in Mangu in 2025 and gave immediate directives for renovation work to commence at the camp.
Resolutions reached at the end of the conference are expected to translate into improved policy implementation of the scheme across the country. In Jos, Ndeyang and Deyabagyang, NTA News.
Repetition is not propaganda. It is an economic instrument as it shapes investor confidence, drives capital inflows, influences tourism, and determines how nations are treated in global markets. Hamman Jabani reports that Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barra Jibrin, echoed this at the presentation of Nigeria's first Repetition Perception Index 2025 report, put together by the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations.
Nigeria now possesses a clearly defined baseline, one that takes 7 years of deliberate reforms, institutional learning, and sustained policy efforts to establish. This foundation provides credibility, direction, and a measurable reference point for growth, accountability, and long-term national competitiveness. The reports provide a structured and evidence-based assessment on how Nigeria is perceived, both locally and internationally, thereby establishing a credible reference point for measuring progress over time, as the index represents a shift from assumption-driven narrative to data-driven evaluation of national reputation. With the theme, Evidence, Perception, and Nigeria's Global Standing, the report underscores the critical relationship between measurable performance and public perception. It highlights how national actions, policies, and reforms translate into reputational outcome on the global stage.
Reputation is that economic strength that is without gone. It's not about gone. If we fix our reputation for performance, perception will follow.
Reputation does not manage itself. It requires skill, professionalism, ethics, and clear communication. NIPR has set the standard for public relations and reputation management in Nigeria.
Constructive self-assessment is a hallmark of mature democracies, and Nigeria must not shy away from honest conversations about its national image and the underlying realities that shape it.
For Nigeria, improving and protecting its reputation is essential to achieving economic transformation, diplomatic influence, and global respect.
Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
Let's shift attention to infrastructure development. Bayelsa State Government has been commended for the completion of the much-awaited Oporama Bridge in southern Ijaw local government area of the state. The development, the people say, will make it easier for them to be accessing rural communities within that axis as against the difficulties often experienced traveling via water. Doris Akumwe, who visited the area, brings us details.
The Oporama Bridge in southern Ijaw local government area is approximately 670 meters long. It connects communities in southern Ijaw local government areas to ease movement of goods and services.
Road infrastructure is one developmental project that provides access to communities and connects locations for desired socio-economic development of the people. And this was a deliberate move by the Bayelsa State Government to cushion the suffering of rural dwellers in assessing farmlands and fishing activities. One of such is the Oporama Bridge, which was long expected due to the coastal nature of the adjoining communities.
We are using bike to go to our community. Even the farmers are happy because we are using bike. They carry plantain. They used to carry cassava in the bike, even inside the keke.
Now 5 minutes I go trek them for 2 hours, 3 hours. But now this road where they come, they use leg to fishing is now is very easy for us to go farm.
2 airports because we now when they come direct from Yenagua, they come in, the thing just they easy for us.
The bridge, which stretch from Angiana to Otwan communities, respondents say has given a sigh of relief to the people who have been spending hours via water transportation to reach their communities.
The first one we start from Amasoma. From here to Amasoma, it's a 15-minute drive, but we wait for boats for like 3 hours before the boat will get through 12 passengers or 18 before we embark on the journey. We are very, very happy.
They are, however, appealing for more roads and bridges in the local government area to connect nearby communities and reduce the number of water accidents experienced in the past. From Otwan community in southern Ijaw local government area, Doris Akomoye, NTA News.
The federal government has inaugurated the third phase of its intervention along the Wudil-Huguma Highway in Kano State to enhance road safety and economic connectivity. Aisha Uba Ali reports that the phase executed under Operation Connect Your Destination 3.0 by the Federal Road Maintenance Agency seeks to fix all roads serving as major transit corridors for goods and commuters.
The Wudil-Huguma Road in Kano State is a 106-kilometer stretch that links the northeast to the northwest regions of the country. As a key economic route, it plays a vital role in the transportation of passengers and goods in and out of the commercial city of Kano. However, the deteriorating condition of the road, particularly the pothole-ridden sections, has raised serious concerns among road users, especially truck drivers.
Due to the numbers of these potholes, a lot of drivers try to avoid them by going to other lanes, and that will tend to cause accidents when you are not aware of them in time.
In response, the federal government has initiated an intervention aimed at filling the potholes to ensure safer travel and support economic activities.
We are going as much as we can with this particular intervention, and we hope and expect more of this to come as soon as possible, being that the MD is aware of the state of this road and is putting it as one of the most important priorities.
The initiative tagged Operation Connect Your Destination 3.0 is being executed by the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency FEMA as the third phase of its ongoing effort, with more work planned in the coming month.
And let's move to politics. The son of Nigeria's former Vice President, Abba Atiku Abubakar, has joined the All Progressives Congress to mobilize support for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He was received by the Deputy President of the Senate, Barau Jibrin, and the National Vice Chairman of the APC Northeast, Mustafa Salihu, Thursday evening in Abuja. He said his movement from PDP to APC was motivated by the leadership qualities of Tinubu and expressed commitment to the Renewed Hope project.
So today I'm formally here to announce my exit from my former party, where we worked in 2023, and to the APC. With this development, I will work with His Excellency Senator Barrow to actualize the second term bid of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
I'm not only happy that he's coming to our party, but I'm happy that we're having someone who has this country in his heart, someone who wants to make his own, bring in his contribution towards bringing prosperity to our nation, and supporting the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in terms of his policy implementation, in terms of reaching out to the public, enlightening them about what is being done to reshape this country.
On behalf of the APC National Chairman, Professor Igwada Goshe, and the National Working Committee, we welcome you into the APC. And I want to categorically state that APC is a progressive party. Because we are progressives, we have some features that are distinct from any other party. One of which is that once you join APC and you are registered and you become a paying member, financial member of APC, the status and privileges ascribed to a founding member also ascribed to you.
Abba Abubakar Atiku also renamed the political group he founded to Haske Bola Tinubu Organization. It was set up in 2022 as Haske Atiku Organization. As political parties and other stakeholders realign and strategize ahead of the 2027 general elections, more political leaders in Enugu State have endorsed President Bola Tinubu for second term in office. Chika Ugo reports that it was at the flag-off of the APC electronic registration exercise in Enugu West Senatorial District.
As the 2027 general elections draw closer, the All Progressives Congress, APC in Enugu State, is making frantic efforts to emerge victorious in the state and federal levels. Electronic registration is one of such moves, as the people of Enugu West Senatorial Zone came out in their numbers to get registered. Former Governor of Enugu State, Sullivan Chime, assured that leaders in Enugu are committed to surpassing 2 million membership benchmark and is optimistic that President Bola Tinubu will be victorious in 2027 election following his inclusive and transformative leadership prowess.
The president has done well. People are eager to join APC. APC is now the only party available in Enugu State.
Other political leaders in the zone say they are committed to mobilizing the grassroots to register more people to ensure victory.
All our people are keen in, and we have decentralized our process to ensure that people get registered. We have so many agents. We did 20 agents per political ward, and now we are improving on those agents by decentralizing them to polling booths.
With the recent endorsement of President Bola Tinubu as a sole candidate for 2027 presidential election by a majority of the Southeast governors and leaders, as well as the president's bold reforms, many are optimistic that victory is sure for the APC. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
As the second phase of the continuous voter registration commences, stakeholders in Zamfara State have resolved to intensify public sensitization to make the exercise successful. This was at a stakeholders meeting convened by the Independent National Electoral Commission held in Gusau. Halil Mohammed has more.
The second phase of voters registration, which commenced on 5th January, is recording significant progress in Zamfara State. This is a stakeholders meeting convened by INEC to discuss issues affecting the exercise for better results.
When we came in here, we have less than 2 million voters. But with the recent development during the first quarter registration, the registration now in Zamfara State have now reached over 2 million, which is a good progress. But notwithstanding this achievement, we are pleading to our royal fathers to sensitize their people.
Dr. Isa, who said first-time voters aged 18 and above are now eligible to register, noted that those wishing to transfer their voting location, replace a lost card or update personal details can also do so.
The above activity can be done online and then move to our INEC local government offices. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all stakeholders to sensitize their people on the need to go and obtain their PVC, as it's only instrument that will qualify them to vote.
Other stakeholders offered ideas on how to make the exercise successful. The second phase of the continuous voter registration is expected to run from 5th January to 17th April 2026, from 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. In Gusau, Halil Muhammad, NTA News.
We move to youth empowerment. The Youth in Parliament Forum is set to commence a digital skills training program targeting 1 million Nigerian youths nationwide. Director General of the Forum, Tony Nwulu, at a media briefing in Abuja, says the training program will equip young Nigerians with practical competences in critical ICT areas like cyber security, data analytics, and cloud computing. The initiative is part of efforts by the National Assembly to promote youth empowerment, enhance employability, and boost competitiveness in local and global digital markets.
Each of the 36 states, including FCT, will be given 20,000 each slots. So if you're from each of those states, we're asking you to contact your commissioner for youth in each of the respective states to find out about how you can be a beneficiary.
We have 5,000 slots for the political parties, and then we have 45,000 slots for the disenfranchised, for the disabled, and those are the ones that are being managed by the Take Action campaign.
The Youth in Parliament Forum brings together both serving and past young legislators from the National Assembly, state assemblies, and local government councils to promote youth participation in governance and influence policies affecting young people across the 36 states and the FCT. You're watching the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Let's take a look at our major stories. We reported that top government officials lay with to climax 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day as Vice President Shettima represents President Tinubu.
Service delivery throughout the country.
Katsina State government launches 21 billion naira payment of gratuities. Kano State Police Command foils explosive and drug trafficking attempts, arrests suspects. Nigeria's headline inflation slows to 15.15%, indicating a moderation in price pressure.